Hey guys, it's CSFan001 working the road to my 298th Platinum Trophy. Today's game is Borderlands 1, or just called Borderlands, for the PS3. This is, of course, the first game in the Borderlands franchise. When it comes to difficulty and gameplay, I would put this as being the middle difficulty for Platinum, possibly the easiest, along with Borderlands 2, but I think they're both a little bit easier than pre-sequel. And definitely better than pre-sequel as a game, but I'm not sure I liked it more than Borderlands 2, even though I still like the game a lot. The Platinum isn't too difficult. It's actually fairly simple. You have to complete all the missions in the game, of which there's about 100. A couple of easy trophies here. This one you will not get naturally. You have to jump on an enemy to death, but it's still not too difficult. This one's pretty easy. Then you have to kill the 5 main bosses of the game, which you'll get along the way to completing all the missions. Have an easy miscellaneous trophy here. That's also a pretty easy miscellaneous trophy. Then you have to level up. You will have to reach a total of level 50. Now, if you have all the DLCs as well, you will probably reach level 40 through natural progression through all the DLCs, because it's not really that hard to get that high leveled up until like maybe 41 or 42 if you complete all the DLCs. Then you'll have to go back and start up your second playthrough on True Vault Hunter mode, or I mean, that's not what it's called in this game, it's just called Playthrough 2. In which everything scales up to a higher level, but if you have all the DLCs, you should easily be able to get to level 50 before getting to some of the tougher later missions in the game, so that's actually really helpful. Discover all the locations in the game, nothing too difficult about that, you'll get it through natural progression. Like I said, reaching level 50, it's a bit of a grind, but it's not really difficult. Run over 25 enemies, which you'll probably get naturally. This one's pretty easy. Earn 1 million total over the course of the game. You'll need a lot more than that just to get one of the DLC trophies. Sell stuff is easy. Complete an arena match. This is where we start to get some of the co-op trophies. Like, this game does have a good number of trophies that require some kind of partner. Most of them can be done in split screen, and all of them can be done online. So I'll get to the one in a moment that's the most important. But this one, just win an arena match, which requires a second player. It's very easy. Win a duel against another player, that's also very easy. Revive someone, that's very easy. Complete 15 total missions in co-op. That one is a bit time-consuming, just because, I mean, 15 missions can be a bit. If you're playing through the whole game in co-op, then you're fine, but that one is technically missable because of that, so just make sure you get this out of the way early on when the missions are really short. Defeat one of the 5 main bosses in co-op, so just have a second controller logged in when you beat the boss, so that's not really too hard. I would suggest doing it with, I believe it's Sledge, because he's the first boss in the game. This is the one you'll want to make the most sure that you get done when you get this game, just because this one actually does require online. It is a viral trophy. You have to play online with someone who has already earned this trophy, so you'll want to go make like a boosting session, or maybe try to do it on your own. I had to do it at a different location, actually, just because I'm on NAT Type 3 in my apartment, unfortunately, so I had to do it somewhere else. Anyway, reach proficiency level 10, that's pretty natural. That's an easy miscellaneous trophy. Win a duel without taking damage, another co-op trophy. Get 25 kills with each type of element on a weapon, which is all very easy. Equip a class mod. Rescue Claptraps. This one's also missable because you can accidentally sell off the item, but you will technically at least get through all the missions by the time, I mean, once you're doing all the missions, you'll get this one as well. Then you have to get kills with each of the action skills. None of this is difficult. It just requires a bit of grinding right at the beginning of the game as you have to get to that level. So it can be a little bit time-consuming, but it's not difficult. Now we get to the DLC trophies, and these are where this game starts to get a little more out of hand on difficulty and time. You have the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned trophies. None of these are difficult. This is, in fact, by far the easiest DLC, and it only takes about 6 hours to do. This is the most obnoxious trophy because you have to collect a bunch of brains for a side mission, and you can only get those by getting critical hits, aka headshots on zombies. It's not hard, it's just a little bit grindy, and it might not come naturally, but it's at least easy. especially if you're going for it as you go through the game. Then you have the Mad Moxxi Dlc, which is one of the worst DLCs ever made in the Borderlands franchise. You have to complete a bunch of combat arenas, so the lesser challenge requires you to survive 25 waves. The larger challenges require you to survive 100 waves. You can cheat this by having your second player be a really low-level character or like have a second controller plugged in, but make them player 1 because the enemies scale to player 1 and have them be really low-leveled, and then have your main character as a second player in the lobby. It makes it extremely easy, but it's just so boring and time-consuming. Then we get to the most difficult DLC, which is the General Knox DLC. You get a few story-related trophies, but you do have to beat a raid boss. I haven't gotten here yet. A few other easy miscellaneous trophies. You have to reach level 61 now instead of just 50 or 51, so you do have to go through quite a bit more. And complete all missions. This one is actually glitched. I know that I don't think it's going to glitch on me, but the only thing I'm currently missing is the Kralmarax boss fight, because that is a side mission. And then finally you have the Claptrap Dlc, which is really, really easy, but requires a ridiculous amount of grinding for randomly dropped RNG items, which is horrible. So I was not a fan of the DLCs for this game, even though I really liked the main game. And it's really, like I said, it's not that hard of a platinum. The only hard trophies in the entire game, including all the DLCs, is beating Kralmarax and reaching level 61. So with that, level 56, 10%, 13,883 total trophies, 298 platinums, 1,589 golds, 3,495 silvers, 8,501 bronzes. So my next platinum is going to be some random easy game. I haven't decided which one yet. Probably Full Throttle Remastered. And then 300 GTA 5 for the PS4. See you guys then.